Hello, Brave Awakened Ones. This is Veronica of Higher Realm Holistics, Lady V. Thank you, supporters, subscribers, and Patreons. Please share these videos with those who you think it might resonate with. If you're interested in any of my services, books, merch, t-shirts, webinars, sessions, and higher realm magic information and meditations, please visit higherrealmholistics.com. Hello, Brave Awakened Ones. Take 3. They're starting to get on my last nerve. I almost gave up. It's the 29th, early in the morning, here in lovely Miami Beach area, Florida. Take 3. Okay, important info. I know we're all on the edge. We had some strange timeline shifting going. There's a lot of very interesting stuff going on the Schumann. There was a CME that popped off that's heading towards us. Q, again, well, flooded, lots of posts going on. There's also a very interesting post Donald Trump put up that I want to cover on Twitter. Let's see what happens again. If this is going to happen again, because it'll look like it's recording, and that's why I keep looking down to look to see if it's recording, and then when I go to look, it'll say it recorded for 50 seconds, 20 seconds, but it'll look like it's recording. So I don't know what's up. All right, let's go it again. All right, so yesterday in the evening, between 8:45 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I was just washing my face, and then I just had a knowing, this fear of, this feeling of euphoria, this like, oh my God, something great is about to happen. Something great is about to happen on the micro, my personal life, and the macro for the world. And I was like, ooh, something is about to happen today, going into tomorrow. Now, since last week, I've been hearing, quote unquote, having a knowing that Wednesday, Thursday of this week, something's going to be up with General Flynn. If you guys don't know who General Flynn is, go check out qmap.pub, go to Akun, go to your favorite truther who knows about Q, look it up. I'm not going to explain what's Q, who's Q. No, we're too far in the game. Go do your research. The research is the journey, okay? That's how you awaken yourself and red pill yourself, through that. So I was like, okay, maybe this is about to happen, but also that sense of euphoria, I'm not saying it right, I know. Just, it hit me. I was like, oh, I'm euphoric about something, like, oh, like that. And I love change. So, number 5. So, I love change. So I'm like, something big is about to happen. Okay. So, I'm very hyped up. So, of course, I can't sleep. Meditate, pray. And then I was dozing in and out. And then around 2 a.m., I felt an extremely sharp sound go through my left, out of my right, ignited all of my my chakras, just especially my lower chakras, just buzzing up through. And then I just sat up in bed, and I was like, I felt like a shift happen. I was like, I know when timeline jumps happen because I feel it throughout my whole body. Right? And every cell of my body felt weird, vibrating and like almost separating. And I was like, this is not my condo. I'm not in my condo anymore. And I was like, I looked outside of my window. I was like, and I was still in my bed, but I looked outside my window, and I heard voices. And I was like, what am I doing in a townhouse in a community a few blocks away? This is not me dreaming. This is me wide awake, because I never actually fell asleep. And then that loud, sharp sound happened again. It was like, oh, and then I was back in my room. I'm like, okay. The weird sounds always connected to the Schumann, so something happened, but something on top of that happened that caused this weird timeline glitch. And sure enough, yes, major stuff happened. Okay, so let's get into this. Says it's recording. I hope it really is recording. So we're over here at Solar Ring, and KP index is fine, no solar winds or anything like that, but CME, that's headed right to us, popped off yesterday going in today. But also what happened is, see, here it is, boom, CME comes right to us, so it'll be here in a few days. I always feel it when it pops off. But on top of that, guess what? You'll see. Building up, building up, building up. Blip, blip, happens, dip, dip. Here he goes, and happens, and blip, blip. 8 hours missing again. Over 8 hours. Again. They did it again. They cut off the time again. They did it again. They've been doing this for a minute now. Every time sorry about the trucks, every time a CME pops off heading towards us, or even the other ones that popped off on both ends, they did the same thing. So that's what happened. They did it again. So now the Schumann, this will explain what I heard and the timeline jump and everything. The Schumann was 76, and it was so funny. The first video I posted, I didn't look at the actual Schumann reading yet. I said it's probably like 73, and it was 76. So I wasn't that far off at all. And as you can see, the Schumann's been looking really weird. This is something very interesting, and you can see what's trying to happen here again. And here's where, to me, it was cut off. This is what caused that, because the timing's right between these lines. I really think this is the timeline I ended up in. And the same thing happened over here, but I ignored it. But this time I'm not ignoring it, because I'm going to say it to you guys just in case somebody else experienced it. I think this was the timeline. Again, this is the 3D energy, 7.83 hertz. This is what controls the 3D grid, right? And this is 4D. This is what's used to control this, to manifest this, all right? And those lower beings are the ones who control this, because the higher rules the lower. Read Hermetics. Read the Kabbalion. You'll understand the Hermetic principles, which is what they use to rule us, people. So it'd be good to know, okay? This is my opinion. If it doesn't resonate with you. So I honestly feel, because this veil is ripped down, that this is the other timeline that they're trying to form right here. And that's how I ended up in that townhouse, which actually, that community is like my other choice. My number one choice is to stay in my community here and have a single family home. I like single family homes. I don't like to be attached to anybody. My other choice, depending on my financial situation, is to get a little townhouse in that community that I like. But my oversoul kept telling me, you have to shoot for your highest and best. If you just keep focusing on your highest and best, you will manifest it. So I was like, how? And I was pissed. I was like, how did I end up here? This is not exactly where I'm supposed to be. This is all right. I'm happy. I'm grateful if this is my highest and best, but I know it's not. How the heck did I end up here? And then the sound hit hard again, and it almost made my ear hurt, actually. My ear is very, very itchy, because it went in here and out, which rarely does that happen. Does the sound affect my hearing and stuff? It rarely does, but it was just this abrupt thing that happened. So here it is right there, and then it ended here, and then you got a break, and then this case is coming in again. All right? So, yeah. This is what they're I think was being done to stop this timeline from forming, because they got it pretty good over here. Now this is not the 16 mark where this code is, because here's 16 and it's right below 16, so it's at the 17 mark. So like I was told before, and I told you guys back in 2019, this is what separates the higher from the lower. So this is lower 4D, mid 4D, and this goes into the higher, where they no longer have control of us. Okay, if you cross over this line, and this code right here is the frequency for the 5D. And Earth is going to be in this range right here. As you can see, the new heartbeats, they're firmly in place. Firmly in place. They're not going nowhere. All right? And soon this is going to be gone. This is why as people wake up, they're going to be crossing this line. As people wake up more and more, they'll be crossing this line. They'll be crossing that 17 mark. 17, Q. But as you can see, they're trying so hard to capture people from crossing over. They're trying really hard. This is where we see their BS, because this is where they are, and then when we cross over, we're free from them. So they're trying really hard. Okay. So that's what's up with the Schumann. You saw the CME popping off, which is going to take a few days to get here, but I always feel it the minute it happens. Q did drop a lot. QMAT.pub. I'm not going to go over it with you guys. It's really focusing on what's going on with the FBI and everything, because that's the first thing that's going to happen. There's going to be disclosure there, and there's going to be, grand jury proceedings are complete. So on General Flynn, really? I didn't even read that. Okay, this was last night. I didn't even read it, guys. I just pulled it up. Evidence can be now used to free Flynn. Yeah, like I said, it's going to happen today and tomorrow when it comes to freeing General Flynn, which is extremely important. That is the linchpin, okay? Once these indictments comes out, the whole FISA thing is dropped, that's it. It's starting, which is why they're censoring so hard right now, everybody. It will show on my comments in my community page, where I post a lot of stuff. It'll show I have 10 comments, and then when I go to read the comments, I'll see 1 comment. Okay, and then I have to mess with it, switch back and forth, and comments will pop up. So they're doing something there, and I'm having tweets removed within minutes of me putting them. Okay, and again, with the copyright, I just got another copyright. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to last. And it wasn't, none of them were real copyright strikes. None of them. Okay. Videos being removed. Videos are removed. So yeah. Again, you don't interfere with an enemy when they're in the process of destroying themselves. Yes, it sucks, and they're knocking all of us off one by one. But in that process of doing that, they're actually just tightening the noose around their necks, literally. All these platforms who are doing that, it's only owned by a few, right? The ones doing it, they're just literally screwing themselves. They're literally screwing themselves, because now they're editorializing instead of saying like they're like the phone, like AT&T, where we don't control what you guys are saying to each other, but they're controlling free speech, and so they're breaking a lot of laws, and they're going to be in a lot of trouble. So this is the first post I saw, actually, because I never even scrolled up to see anything. I was like, oh yes, confirmation on the General Flynn thing right here, 3-star General Flynn. This was posted last night. So I was like, yes, that's exactly what I thought. All right. So you guys, the Star Wars thing, very interesting. Go back. It goes back last year with Nobody's Homie Comey, who I told you is going to be the first one to, it's going to drop. So any which ways, go back on that. Now, here's the interesting tweet from Donald Trump that was put in last night. These are the Blue Angels. Okay. And they're flying over, I know these are contrails, but are they spraying anything? Because interesting, the flight path being Newark, New York City, right here, and this goes out to Long Island, Queens, Brooklyn, going a little Westchester over here, out to Newark, okay? Interesting flight pattern. And then you have Trenton and Philly. Is it going to go up by the Liberty Bell? Why this flight pattern? Why now? You know, there's a lot going into it. Yes, I know the story about the Blue Angels and all that kind of stuff. There's just a lot going on, so it's very cool and interesting. So if you guys want to dig into that, dig into that. Again, don't email me, don't comment me, and ask me to explain everything to you, because I will not. Okay? You have to do your own research, because the research is the red pilling. Now, I also wanted to let you guys know, my fellow entrepreneurs out there, there were a lot of lies going around. I had to red pill a friend who I know personally on my personal Facebook. And she's African American. She lives in the South, and she's really buying into the whole BS of racism, the race card that Essence Magazine is thrown out there. They're part of the whole deep state thing. They're part of the whole divide and conquer thing. And you see, you know, people, oh, I own a black salon, and I didn't get approved. I applied, but I didn't hear anything, because bitch, you didn't apply in time. Because I was processed in less than 48 hours, and I sent my friend the proof. I was like, and she's like, oh, yes, ma'am. Dang, I can't believe they said that. I was like, believe it. They're messing with you. That person probably doesn't even own the damn salon that they put, because they're such liars. Okay? And Trump announced yesterday that now they're going to focus on the smaller loans. Okay, the micro loans, grants, loans like I applied for. So to my fellow people out there who applied, who like me applied the minute it happened and got responded real quick, they're going back to us. So hopefully, that's probably why my hand's been itchy all week like crazy, my left hand. So maybe that money's coming in for us, okay, real soon. Should be, because my hand doesn't itch for no reason. So, and I have, by the way, I have that Midas mark right here. And I have the star too. So I got the Midas touch. So whenever it's about to go down, major itching. And it's swollen, red, and itchy right on the mark. So any which way. So the money should be coming in rather soon. So I just want to make sure you guys know that, so you won't fall for that stupid trap, because disinformation is aplenty. The lies are aplenty right now, and they're making sure they silence anyone telling the truth. So looks like it's still rolling. Looks like I'm still recording. Let's see if this video stays up. All right. QV out, guys. We got this. We really do. And yeah, by the way, if you're having difficulty with the normies because they're walking around spraying Lysol on you and wearing 2 masks and 2 gloves, just do your best to stay away. Try to have a woosah moment, because my own son was like, Mom, don't go to the supermarket anymore. I don't know if I'll ever be allowed in my local supermarket and drugstore at this point, because I went off on Monday, and then again yesterday. My hair was ultra thirsty and crunchy, and I needed my deep conditioner, and I said, I'm just gonna go in, stay focused, and I ended up popping off real hard on some normies. I just couldn't take it anymore. Okay, the cashier refused to service me because the mask came out of my pocket. I'm not going to put a mask that fell on the floor on my face. So I had my hoodie on, so I zipped it over my face, because it's actually one of those hoodies that go up to there. So I zipped it over my face. I said, no, you have to have a surgical mask. I said, I'm not going to pick up something that fell on the floor and put on my face. I said, by the way, you're recontaminating yourself, because you just went in your purse with your little gloves on. Then you're touching everything else. You're touching the money. You're touching the register. You're touching the counter. You're touching the products. And then you just adjusted your second mask. And you don't want to serve me? And then there was a lot of expletives involved. And she had to call the manager over. And the manager said, just serve her. I'm talking, I was like jumped by like 3 employees. And I spouted some constitutional stuff, which made them back off. Because no, it does not have to be surgical mask, just a face covering. And then at the supermarket, there was a lady with freaking 2 pairs of gloves, 2 masks, and a can of Lysol. And a couple with the same thing, elevator. It was a nightmare. Spraying bleach. I can't. I just can't. And that goes also with my normie BFF. I just can't anymore. I just can't. Sometimes you just got to back off and be like, yes, she's finally, as of a couple of days ago, doing everything I told her, but then she's backsliding, allowing people into her life that even his own family say, keep him the hell away from you. If you got older members of a family, of that person's family telling you, no, 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 you're endangering yourself by doing this, and you don't want to listen, and I can't be taking calls 5 o'clock in the morning trying to make sense of the shit that you're doing. I can't. So, and I don't give relationship advice. I simply don't. Okay? I say what's going on. I speak the truth. You do with it whatever you will. That goes for anybody. Clients, you all know how I am. I just don't. I tell you what's going on. You do with it whatever you will. I don't tell you how to run your relationships. Any which ways, I know it's difficult with these people. And it's not just the normies. There are plenty of, because again, they're coming after me. I don't know if they're just trolls or what. People who claim to be light workers who have their heads up their asses. I've lost all decorum. Have their heads up their asses. You know, you can't be so harsh because even a Clinton, you know, you can't possibly mean that you want to see them hang because even a Clinton can be rehabbed. We're all God's children. They don't have any light. That's why they eat babies to stay alive. Okay? So if you want to waste your energy thinking you're going to rehab something devoid of light, instead of wishing them goodbye into source for reabsorption, that is on you. Don't even bother with your comments and your emails because you get's none here. Any which ways, QV out. Let's hope this works. Bye, guys.